Hey everybody, in today's video I want to cover my first ever testosterone results tests that I did back in South Africa, and according to the documentation I have, this goes back as far as 2009, which was my first test. So this actually comes from a question from someone on the channel, from Centipede. He said, what was your level when you were diagnosed? So I presume he means when I was first diagnosed, which is why I'm doing today's video, because I can't believe I actually haven't covered this in a video before. So before I begin, I just want to say that I'm eternally grateful to my doctor in South Africa who originally got me on TRT, because without her suggestion and her help and guidance, we wouldn't be here today in this position, delivering these videos and living just a good life in general. So always thanks to her. And so let's get started. I've got a lot of stuff here, so you'll see me referring to it down below, but everything will be up on screen as we go through this. So the first test I want to show you is the one that my doctor originally did with me to test my levels. And as you can see here, the testosterone, total testosterone is quite high. The sex hormone binding globulin is quite high. But then the free testosterone, which is actually the important one that you want to be looking at, is quite low. Now, it's 381.9, but if you look at the lab's range between 174 and 729 pmol, that actually looks like it's pretty much within the range, not too bad. However, if you look on the most recent sort of range that I've been testing on with Balance My Hormones, their normal level is 0.3 to 1. So my result for free testosterone was, if you convert pmol to nmol, and I've got a little conversion tool that I found on the internet, which I'll link to in the description and I'll show you up there. But if you convert pmol to a nanomol, 380 is about 0.38. So if you look on the scale of free testosterone, 0.38 just falls within the normal range of 0.3 to 1. So that is what my doctor originally based my prescription on. She saw that my free testosterone, even though my totals seemed quite high, my sex hormone binding globulin was quite high, my free testosterone was pretty low. And that's what made her say, let's try this. So we did, and then I went for a follow-up test. So let's have a look at that. And so the second test that we did was after 4 months of treatment. So basically, I'd started treatment, been on it for 4 months, and then we did a follow-up test. And so then from this, you can see that my total testosterone was still quite high. But my sex hormone binding globulin had lowered, and my free T had increased to, here it's 574 picomole, which is actually 0.57 nmol. So if you look on a scale of 0.3 to 1, that's slightly better. You know, I'm getting almost 0.6 free testosterone on a scale of 0.3 to 1, which is not great, but it was better. But based on the improvements I had in my symptoms, which is also important, she was happy with the way things were. So all my sort of symptoms and the symptoms that I had, you know, like the low energy, the anxiety, the lack of confidence, the stagnation at the gym, all of those types of things that you experience with low T, those had improved, and so she was quite happy. Then we did a follow-up test after that, and this was in 2011. So this was about a year and a half, 2 years later, more or less. The dates are on his documents, but you know, I haven't overanalyzed those. And so what we did here is we actually stopped treatment. I think we stopped treatment for about 2 months or 3 months. And then we had another follow-up test to see what happened to my levels. Did they stay, you know, good, or did they drop down? And so as you can see from the results on the screen, my sex hormone binding globulin was pretty decent, but my low testosterone dropped significantly, which is to be expected when you come off TRT. But I also had low free testosterone. That dropped to 237, which is about 0.23. And on a scale of 0.3 to 1, that's below, you know, normal. And so that wasn't good. And so from there, then she put me back on testosterone replacement therapy, where I've stayed ever since. And yeah, eventually I obviously left South Africa, and so began my whole journey of trying to get treatment, as you know about on the channel, in the Netherlands. here in the UK and other places, and the troubles we went through there. But I just wanted to show you my initial blood test results, what they were like in the beginning. They weren't too low to begin with. The free testosterone was significantly low, but the total seemed to be quite high. And I guess that's why originally I never had a problem with libido. It was more things like mood and motivation and drive, confidence, not getting anywhere at the gym. And before I wrap up this video, that's one point that I want to stress, and I'm probably going to do a new video on this because it deserves a video on its own, and that is, and I'm guilty of this too. When you start getting into TRT, everyone seems to look at your total testosterone, right? They don't look at the free testosterone. And what I'm learning, the more I look into this, is that the free testosterone, which is actually based on your total testosterone and your sex hormone binding globulin, the free testosterone is really the one you should be looking at, because that's kind of what's bioavailable to your body to use. And so you can, it doesn't help that you have this great high levels of testosterone, but you don't have any free testosterone that you can make use of. So that's something that I guess we need to focus on this channel in the future, because I know a lot of guys are coming to me with their results and saying, look at my total testosterone, what do you think? And it's hard to make a decision based on that, right? You have to kind of have all three readings. You need your total testosterone, your SHBG, or sex hormone binding globulin, and then your free testosterone or your free testosterone calculation based on those. So that's something I just wanted to highlight too. But anyway, those are my results. I can't believe I still have all the documents, but I do. So I need to store these somewhere safely for future, but now we have it on the record too. So thanks for watching, and if you do like this video, just click the like button below and click subscribe to get or to stay up to date with more videos like these in future. So thanks for watching again, and I'll catch you next time, and stay strong.